Hey everyone, it's Mike from Replica Airguns, and I've got my Sig Sauer. This is the ASP Advanced Sport Pellet Pistol. This is a blowback CO2 pellet pistol. I've done a preview video. I haven't done a full tabletop video yet, but the preview video does kind of show it up nice and close, so you can check that out for now. I do go over basic specifications in that video. But we're going to do the shooting test here. We're going to put, of course, 5 rounds through the chronograph, find out what kind of FPS we're going to get from this gun. It's a pellet pistol, .177 caliber, 20 round magazine, belt fed magazine. Very cool pistol. The way the CO2 loads is super easy. I mean, there's some nice stuff. It does have an adjustable rear sight. I haven't adjusted it. We're just basically gonna shoot the gun and see where it hits the target when I do that part of the test, of course. Right now we're gonna do the chronograph, then we'll do the accuracy portion. And well, let's get going. Okay, so we're pretty much loaded up. We're gonna go signal action if we can here. And I'm just going to put a few through the chrony here. 371.9. I am using a brand new CO2. 373.4. And I am using the Sig alloy pellets. They're a little bit lighter. That one felt, well, 349. Almost sounded quieter though. That's a bit better. 357.8. Last one. Okay, 342.1. So right in the 350 to 370 range. Not too bad. I mean, it's not super powerful. Again, keep in mind, these pellets are 5.25 grain. So they're a little heavier than a standard BB, which is about 5.1 grain. They're alloy, so they're not lead. They're a little bit lighter. Lead pellet's going to be closer to 7 to 8 grain, depending on what you're using, but a similar flathead pellet would be about that. So let's set the target up, 30 feet down range, and see what kind of accuracy we get out of the Sig X5 ASP. I've got everything set up, well, almost everything. So I'm down a camera because, you know, I forgot to charge one of my batteries. So we're down a camera. We're gonna be a little creative with the sight, with the target camera there. I usually have one set right on the target and then one set kind of facing me when I come walking in so I can talk to the camera. So it's kind of on both. When I walk in, I'll have to kind of swing around. I'll have to do some magical post video zooming in on the target. It's going to be a weird angle, but it is what it is. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get my face in that target too at the end so you can see the grouping a little tighter. But we're ready to go. We're ready to put 10 rounds in this target. I can at least verify visually how we're doing, and you'll be able to see them kind of hitting the target. So, all right, so we're going to put 10 rounds in the target. Weird. Okay, that one didn't even cycle back. It's almost like the CO2 isn't properly punctured because we're getting a lot. I'm getting a lot of variation in how much CO2 is coming out. I can even hear it, and the blowback isn't coming out as tough, as strong as it could on each shot. Now, when you do this, when you puncture it, there's only one way to do it. So it's either going to puncture or it's not, because it's got this cantilever system. And I am using Sig CO2, so I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. It could just be that this CO2 didn't puncture properly. It's the first time I've used this gun. Maybe it needs a slight little bit of break in there, getting that CO2 to puncture properly. Shouldn't really, but what can I say? I'm just, you know, I'm using Sig ammo, I'm using Sig CO2. I'm using their cantilever system, which there's only one way you can use it, and I'm using everything the way it's supposed to. So let's take a look and see what we got here. You know, the grouping actually isn't that bad, considering. So you can see me here. So it is low, but I can totally adjust the sights on this gun. They're fully adjustable, okay? So totally adjust the sights on this gun. Really nice, actually, rear sight. It's very solid. This whole gun is super solid, so I got to give it that. You know, I'm interested in trying it out with a fresh CO2, let it break in. It's weird because I wasn't getting full blowback on some of the shots, and some of the shots just seemed like there wasn't much CO2 coming out. So the pace was going up and down, which surprises me because we have a fairly tight group. When the speed of the pellet or BB or whatever it is going up and down, you sometimes get, you know, some higher shots and some lower shots. But in this case, we're all within about 1.5 inches. That's pretty good, you know, considering I was kind of struggling with the gun a little bit. First time I shot it, wasn't sure what was happening with the CO2 and the blowback and everything. So yeah, you know, if I could figure out what's going on with the CO2, I think this will be a really nice pistol. You know, I've shot other similar guns from Sig, never had that problem before. So maybe it's just a weird anomaly with the one CO2 I use. We'll have to try it again sometime. All right, nice gun, really nice quality gun. Again, love the rear sight. You don't often get that fully adjustable, really nice, you know, solid rear sight like that. And the blowback when the CO2 is coming out feels pretty good. The accuracy is really good. FPS could be a little bit higher, but again, maybe that CO2 it wasn't working for us the way it should have been. So that's pretty much it. Check out the written review. I'll have like a written review over at replicairguns.com with some additional photos. We don't sell it in our Canada or US store at this time. Working on it still with Sig a little bit, but it is tougher to get this one in Canada. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Also check out our Canada and US online stores at replicairguns.ca, replicairguns.us, where we sell air guns, BB guns, pellet guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, and other accessories. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.